In this video, we're going to look at some of your options in the layers panel on how to edit your layers. So right now in this document, I have 4 different layers: the color swatch, a second flower, the original flower, and the background layer. There's quite a few things you can actually do just off of the layers panel. So the first thing is you can select layers and turn their visibility on and off. So if I want to keep the swatch in the program, because if I pull it off the canvas, I can't see it. But if I don't want the swatch as part of the final design, I can just turn the eyeball off on the swatch and it will go away. And then when I need it back on to grab colors from it, I can turn it back on. I can change the name of the layers. So right now, this is flower 2. But if I want to make it easier to know which layer it is, I can call it the green flower. I can call this one the purple flower. That's just done by double left clicking and then typing in. I can also change the order of the layers. So if, let's say the swatch is on top of this flower when it's on, I can left click and drag it down. And now it's one of the most bottom layers. When you create a Photoshop file and it has a white background on it, you'll notice that a background layer is automatically generated and it has a padlock on it. If you double left click that padlock, a new layer window will pop up and you can just call this BG and select OK. And now the background layer is also unlocked. If I need to add a new layer in, I can go to the bottom of the layers panel and you'll see there are icons down here. One's a trash can. This lets me delete a layer. I can say yes. I can also just delete a layer by hitting backspace. I can add a new layer in by hitting the piece of paper with the folded edge. You'll see there's an icon that looks like a folder. This lets you do grouping of your layers. So let's say I call this a flower group. I can drag and drop the flowers now into this folder. And if I collapse it up, there's less layers on my layers panel. And then you have 2 icons that are for masking. We're not going to get into these ones quite yet. This will be in some of the other projects. And then there's the effects layer. The other thing you can do is you can edit how the layers interact with one another. So one option is the opacity. You can turn the opacity of a layer down. So see how this second flower is now more see-through. You can also change the layer blending. So most layers will be on normal, but if you click the second one down, you can use the up-down arrows on your keyboard. Right now this is dissolve, and if you watch the green flower, you'll see how it changes with the blending modes. Here's darken, multiply, color burn. You can go through them all. These don't always apply the same exact way to each type of image. So like darken on this one acts very different than how it might act on the color swatches, for example. But those are some of your options to organize and edit your layers.